Hey guys! Good afternoon. I'm just going to check that I am live in the group on my phone. First things first. Do give me a hi in the comments if you can see and hear me. Hopefully all is good. Let's check this on my phone. Yes, I can. Awesome. Okay, so I am back today with another talk. If you haven't seen my other presentation, it was on how to create a winning Facebook marketing strategy. So if you want to catch the replay for that, I think they're in the guide section of the conference of the group. So if you head over there, I think it was on the 18th of March. So you can go over there and just watch the replay. So I'm going to be doing things a little bit differently this time. My last presentation was a bit more kind of formal. I had slides and everything, and I was walking you through some things on Facebook itself. But today, I'm just going to be talking more to the camera, and I want this to be a bit more interactive. So do kind of come into the comments and ask any questions that you have about Pinterest at all, because I'm going to be answering those live. I want to get that conversation going with you guys. So this is, yeah, very, very informal, minimal preparation done for this, but I'm just going to kind of talk a lot about Pinterest and how you can use it for your business, you know, what it is, who it's for, who it's not for, because there is a bit of a caveat to using Pinterest. How it's really kind of worked for me as well, who I am, all of that good stuff. So if you don't know me, I'm Carly Edwards and I'm an online marketing coach for pet businesses. So I work specifically with people in the pet industry. I work with a lot of dog trainers, dog behaviorists, groomers, online pet product stores, lots and lots of different pet professionals. And I love it. I absolutely love it. This industry is awesome, and it's where I really feel like my heart is. So I get to do something every day that I absolutely love. So that is awesome. So I really help people implement the right strategies into their business and do it in a way that's going to help them really grow their audience and bring clients into their business, but in a much easier way. So it's not about you being stuck at your computer screen all day. Nobody has time to do that. You want to be out there kind of doing what you do best and what you love. So I'm all about bringing in, you know, easy strategies, processes, tools, technology, all of that great stuff, so that you can kind of set it and forget it and set up these automations and things that make it much, much easier for you. So that's really what I'm all about. So Pinterest, I'm going to be focusing on Pinterest today. So let me know in the comments if Pinterest is something that you are using right now to promote your business online. If you can just give me a yes or a no in the comments below the video, that would be awesome. So essentially Pinterest is very, very different. It's not even a social media platform, really. It doesn't work in the same way that Facebook works or Instagram works. It is not about building that community on Pinterest itself. It is very much about getting people to click on your pins and come over to your website. So it works much in the same way as a search engine works. So if you think about how people use Google, they head over to Google to type in whatever it is that they're searching for. They type in a few kind of search terms, and then Google will churn out a list of different websites that people can click on based on what is the most relevant search result for that particular query that they've typed in. So that's essentially how people use Pinterest too, but it's in more of a visual setting. So it's a visual search engine. So when people type in whatever it is that they're searching for into Pinterest, this pops up with then the most relevant pins. If you haven't seen pins, they're essentially these visual images that people click onto and then click through to someone's website. So that's kind of how people use Pinterest. So as business owners, our job really is to make sure that all of the pins that we create, so you could call them posts, as you know, as you would think about them for Facebook or Instagram, we call them pins on Pinterest. So our job is to essentially make sure that we're putting the right keywords into those pins, into those boards that we create as well, and into our actual profile, so that we have a better chance of showing up in the search engines when people type in whatever it is that they're searching for into Pinterest. So it is very much a visual search engine. And Pinterest isn't really for you, so I'm going to talk about who it's for and who it's not for. It's not really for you if you only work in person with your clients. So if you have an online offer of some sort, say you are an online pet product store, Pinterest is absolutely perfect for you. It is so perfect for you. So over the last year, lots and lots of dog trainers and behaviourists, they've pivoted and they brought themselves online a lot more. So they're offering things like, many of you guys might be doing this, offering things like Zoom consultations for people where you're, helping people through the screen instead of in person. Lots of dog trainers and lots of my clients, dog trainers and behaviourists as well, have also built online courses or created memberships so that they can continue to serve people online rather than do it kind of in a face-to-face setting. So it is perfect for you if you are doing those kind of things. So an online course, a membership, Zoom consultations. If you have an ebook that you're selling, if you have an actual physical book that you're selling as well, it's perfect for those low-cost products as well. It's not good for you. It doesn't work. I've tried it before. It doesn't work if you are trying to target people locally. So it's very difficult to target people locally on Pinterest. So if you are a dog trainer and you work with people in, say, London or something, it's going to be very hard for you to get clients in London from Pinterest. It just doesn't work very well. It's a big platform, but it's not as big as, say, Google. So there's a bit of a way for it to go for that. But it is getting there and it is growing. And the main thing is that there are lots and lots of pet owners specifically on Pinterest that use Pinterest, that go there to search for advice around how to care for their dogs, better care for their dogs. They're searching for brands that they can connect with. They're searching for products. So this is the perfect place if you have an online offer of some sort. Give me a hi in the comments, and what was the question I just asked? Let me know if you are currently using Pinterest for your business. Give me a yes or a no in the comments, and let me know kind of where you're at with Pinterest. Is it brand new to you? Is it something that you have looked at before and then turned it away because it's too confusing? I've had lots of people say that to me before as well, that it's just something that they just don't get. It's a bit of an enigma really, and people just don't really understand it. So yeah, let me know kind of where you're at as well. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit of a story how I came into using Pinterest and really specialising in how pet businesses can use Pinterest as well for their business. So this all kind of started from my dog blog. So completely separate to this business, I suppose, where I'm coaching pet professionals on their online marketing. I also have a dog blog called Gone Dog Mad, and I generally just kind of post about how to care for your dog in general. It's not very niched at all, so there's lots of different topics on there. Things like recipes for dogs, around posts around kind of dog health. There's some training tips on there as well. There's lots and lots of different things going on over there. So I created this dog blog in about 2017 and found that it wasn't really getting much attention at all. I was really struggling to get any traffic to it. So I did all of the usual things like posting in Facebook groups. I imagine that quite a few of you have probably gone down that route before and posted lots of content and interacted in lots of Facebook groups. But doing that, it did get me a nice big bump of traffic to my blog, to my website, for a very short period of time, but then it would just kind of tail off. And then I'd have to go through that whole process again and keep posting my content to Facebook, and it all just became a little bit kind of, yeah, chasing my tail a bit with that, and the same with things like Instagram as well. So I stumbled on Pinterest and started posting, threw up a few pins, and started getting into a proper strategy for it, where I was regularly showing up consistently, creating some nice new fresh pins for it, and it started creating this amazing thing for my blog. So over kind of a month, I went from having about kind of 20 people visiting my website a month, over across the entire month, to over 200 in one day. And I thought, this is incredible. I've really hit on something that's quite amazing here. And then I thought it was probably a fluke, because, you know, most of these things that happen like that are when we just hit on something and just kind of do something that's really low effort as well. But it happened the next day and the next day, and then it consistently stayed at that, 200 plus visitors a day for quite a while. And it was amazing to see that. And I thought, this is going to be something that's going to really help other pet businesses to really, grow their audience and get that traffic going to their website. Because when you have lots of targeted traffic going to your website, you can really sell these online offers that you have. You can really get people converted from that kind of blog content, that great content that you're producing on your website. So that is part of the, one of the big things about using Pinterest is that you are essentially directing people to your website, to two different things on your website. So you can direct them to blog posts, and that's where you're providing that value. That is where you're showing your expertise, showing that you know what you're talking about, just really kind of building that relationship with people. And then you can create pins for different promotional posts as well. So sending people directly to that online course that you've created, sending people directly to that ebook or that book that you've created, or to your Zoom consultations page where they can go and book in. So there's two different things that you need to be doing there to make sure that you are, providing all of that content to people in the right way. So it's not just all about you promoting yourself and sharing those promotional pins. We do want to be showing people that we are the expert in our field, and that's where the blogging comes into it. And it's really important to have that side of it when you're using Pinterest. So important. Let me just check my notes. I think I've gone off on a major tangent somewhere. But yeah. Yeah, so essentially, I want to walk you through a little bit about how I personally kind of use Pinterest for my own dog blog, so you can start thinking about whether this is something that you could use for your own business. So, like I said, this is only for you if you have some sort of online offer. It's not for you if you're just promoting those in-person services. But first of all, what you want to do is head over there and create an account. And you want to get set up with a business account as well, because if you only have a personal account, then you're not going to get access to the analytics, and the analytics are really important for this because we want to see what kind of content is really working and what isn't working. So when you've done that, you essentially want to look at all of the different boards that you can create. So with Pinterest, you essentially create boards. That is where all of your posts are housed. You create lots of different boards for different topics, for the different categories. So first of all, you need to think about how you can break your business down into these different categories, first of all. And then you would create an individual board for each of those categories. Then all of the topics that you create around that for, you know, your blog or something like that, these would go into those different categories. But you also create a specific blog article board as well, and this will house all of the blog articles that you create from your website. So that's where all of those would go, and it just means that you're, you know, covering, you know, all of the different topics within your business, and you're giving people, and you're making them really niche as well, and giving people the opportunity to really find that content around your business. And we also want to put in within those posts as well, within those pins, promotional pins as well. So like I said, we've got the blog post pins and we've got the promotional pins in there. So you have that kind of two-pronged strategy going on there. So one of the best things that I did for my website starting out on Pinterest was to leverage group boards. So group boards are essentially where you can become a collaborator of other people's boards and get in front of their audience. So there are loads and loads, there are, you know, thousands and thousands of group boards that are related to pets, related to dogs, related to cats, whatever it is that your business kind of centers around. There are so many group boards out there. And you can just contact the group board owner, ask if you can be added as a collaborator, and then start posting your great content to these boards and get yourself in front of a much, much wider audience. Because sometimes with Pinterest, you can be quite limited to only getting those kind of search results. Because as I mentioned before, you know, it's like a search engine. People find you by searching, using those search terms, and then your pins will show up in that search engine and they can click on those pins. But sometimes you need that little extra kind of added boost, and group boards is a great way to do that, to get involved with those. So you can just kind of, yeah, head over there, head over to the group boards, see what kind of pins they are posting to that group board. Are they going to be suitable for your own business as well, and the kind of pins that you're going to be posting? And then just get in touch with the group board owner. Just send them a direct message and say, I'd love to be added as a contributor to your board. I used to set aside about half an hour a week to do this, and I just literally kind of copy and paste a little piece of text that I created, and just, you know, just saying, hi, I'm from Gone Dog Mad, here's my profile, put a link to my Pinterest profile. I pin about yada yada topics. I'd love to be added as a contributor, and then ask if that would be okay. And yeah, most of the time this would get a good response and people would add me. Sometimes people just completely ignore you, and it's just, you know, it's just the way it is, it's just fact. But if you just stick to it, not feel that kind of rejection when people don't get back to you or just say no, and just stick to it, you'll get this nice library, I suppose, of group boards that you can actually pin to really expand your reach on Pinterest. So yeah, do let me know if you have any questions at all about that. Don't think I can see anything in the comments at the minute. But yeah, I'd love to hear if you have any questions about using Pinterest at all, and how to use it for your business, because it really has been an incredible platform for my business, and I also teach this to my clients as well. I have a whole program around this called Profits from Pinterest. It's currently closed at the minute, but I'll be reopening the doors again in June. But yeah, like I said, it's perfect if you've got an online pet product store, an online course, or you're doing those Zoom consultations. And it doesn't matter kind of where in the world that people buy your products or work with you. So that's really what this is perfect for. I don't think I can see any comments. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions about Pinterest, guys, because I'm not sure what you need to know or would like to know about Pinterest, other than me just kind of yabbering on about it and what it can do for you. So let me know in the comments if you do have any questions about it. I do, by the way, if you can see in the description, I've got a little checklist there that you can go and grab. It's just a free little checklist that will take you through my strategy for this. So it'll give you, the different steps and what you need to do at each stage, and really how to build out that strategy for your own business and use it in a really strategic way. So that's there for you to grab. I've also got my Facebook group as well. There's my free Facebook group, and you get things like online marketing tips every day. We've got themed days going on in there. I do some live master classes as well, and we get some guest speakers in as well. I'm trying to do this more regularly as well. I'm trying to get people in, hopefully kind of once a month with guest speakers, and bring some great people in. I've also got a 2-hour power session as well there, which is just more of a kind of pick my brain session, I suppose. If you want any kind of advice around online marketing and getting your business out there and growing your audience and attracting new clients, I have either a coaching day or a 2-hour power session. So that's there as an option as well if you want to check that out. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions about Pinterest. I think I'm gonna just leave it there for now. But if you do have any questions and you're watching the replay as well, just put them into the comments below, and I will come back in a little later and answer those. Hopefully I've given you something to think about with Pinterest, because it is a brilliant platform and it's not normally one that people consider. Normally people just jump to either Facebook or Instagram. But the way that Pinterest works is that all of those pins that you post to Pinterest, they stay there. They're essentially immortal, and they can continue to drive traffic and sales for your business months and years from now, which is one of the things about Facebook and Instagram. They're only around for kind of 3 to 6 hours, and that's it. That is the lifespan of a Facebook and Instagram post, which means that big portion of your audience is actually missing those posts that you're putting out there. But with Pinterest, because they stick around, they continue to drive traffic for months and years. It gives you a much better opportunity to actually get that traffic and get those sales coming into your business. So it really is fantastic. And yeah, look at it as like a visual search engine, so like another Google but in a visual way. But it also means that it can be a little bit more hands-off as well, because it doesn't matter so much. Ideally you do want to stay consistent on Pinterest, but it doesn't matter so much if you kind of miss a day or a few days on Pinterest, because they're going to stay there. They're going to continue to stay there, those pins, for however long, years from now. I still get people clicking on my pins that I created about 3 years ago, and they drive hundreds of people to my site every day from that one pin that I created years and years ago. So it really is an incredible platform, one to look into. Like I said, if you do have online offers things like online courses, memberships, Zoom consultations, books, if you have a book, or ebooks that you're selling as well. This is really brilliant for that. Okie dokie guys, I'm gonna hop off, and I hope you have a lovely day. Do let me know if you have any questions at all, like I said, in the replay, as if you're watching the replay, and I will pop back in later to check those out and answer those for you. Okay, I hope you have a lovely day guys. See you all soon.